Alright, it's been a while since we've done a request from the comments. So Sam, you finally get your wish. Here is one of your team requests. Now this one is fairly recent. Sam has requested other teams in the past, but generally speaking these days it's very difficult for me to fit requests into the sort of haphazard schedule that I have, because I have so much stuff recorded. Anytime I do a request on top of that, that means I'm then pushing other videos further down the line. But we're not too far away from getting rid of a lot of the videos from the previous version of the patch. There's a handful left, and I'll probably try and put multiples into the same video. In fact, that's what we're actually going to do in this one. We're going to look at Sam's request first, and then the second run is going to be a variation on that which uses a similar idea. So what was the request? Well, there were 4 pets mentioned. We've got crab, which I've just acquired now, hyena, which is something that people request at a pretty high frequency. There's always requests for hyena, seagull, panther. These are the pets that people want to see. Seagull's one of those ones that, I'm constantly recording seagull runs anyway, so I tend not to do the request if seagull is involved. But hyena, I guess, is probably the least common of those 3, so we're going to make an exception today. And then the other 2 pets are Highland cow and what was the other one? Sivaka. So maybe if you think for a second how a team might come together from those 4 pets, I'll wait a second before I actually explain what's going to happen here. But initially, all we're going to do is stat up this Babirusa so we can swap onto the crab. And I take the isopod. So obviously, Sam only mentioned 4 pets specifically, so I kind of had a bit of freedom what the last pet was going to be. And isopod is one of those units that I've tried to record quite a bit with it, and not really succeeded very often. And actually that's why we put the cherry on the crab as soon as I got it, because I want the isopod to immediately start racking up additional activations. It's kind of a unique unit in that its ability does work without any trumpets, so you do get a small amount of health by default. But every time you activate it with the trumpets, it will give extra on every subsequent turn. So you can just keep upgrading and upgrading it until it's giving a ridiculous amount of health for only 2 trumpets. So we get the swap here with the crab. I do have the hyena, but I don't take it yet, because in this situation I think taking the hyena increases my chances of just losing hearts, because the crab is going to have high HP, and having high attack is much less valuable at this stage of the game, even with the extra health from the isopod. So we lose there, which isn't surprising since I greeded so hard on that previous turn. And yeah, I actually give up on the hyena there. I'm not sure if I meant to combine the 2 isopods there. It might have been a mistake. And yeah, we end up taking the beaver and the cockatoo, which is potentially going to waste some buffs from the skeleton dog. We should be alright here. Yeah, just barely. So yeah, now that you've had time to think about this, I guess I'll explain exactly how this team is supposed to work. So the idea is that the crab and the Highland cow both benefit from having high health, and then we're going to use the hyena to swap that into high attack, having already generated the trumpets and the health for the crab. And then the Sivaka is going to convert the crab and the Highland cow into tier 6 faint pets, of which there are a couple that benefit from having high attack, namely warthog, lionfish. Actually, I guess it's more than a couple because there's also hydra. Are there any more? I'm not sure. But a lot of the time when I was trying this initially, the high attack on those pets just wasn't good enough, because they would all just die from one hit, because I'd focused on scaling the health and trying not to have the crab, already be a 50-50, in which case the hyena is kind of pointless. So having the isopod allows us to refill the health on those 2 units and give those high attack pets more chances to swing. So we get the Sufaka, and we're just missing the hyena, and almost always hyena is the last unit that I was bringing in. Oh yeah, warthog, yeah, so we get the warthog here, but unfortunately it's in the back line. I think once I get the hyena, I'll put it in 5th position so that there's hopefully always something there to take any buffs from a potential warthog. Would be nice to get level 2 isopod as well, given how many upgrades we've given it so far. But I think I'll go for level 2 Sifaka first. Turn 14, we automatically lose to Blue Whale Scam. I'm not sure what the plan is with Blue Whale. It's a unit which I feel like it obviously needs some kind of adjustment, but I guess it's kind of in the same boat as Behemoth in that it's in a pack that is still considered not the best. Although Danger did get a lot of buffs in the recent update, so who knows if that will remain the same going forwards. So here's a Cali Greyhound team. So we're going to lose a lot of that health. I think maybe we would have been in more trouble there if we'd already swapped the stats with Hyena. I'm not sure. I guess we got Phoenix there, so it wasn't really benefiting too much from having the high attack. But here we go. We get the Hyena, which is just as well because we're on 8 trophies, 1 heart. It's do or die. And we face Swift going for a toy break team. I think these teams are more common than they used to be, but still not the most frequently seen. And I appreciate the fact here that Swift has the Mandrill still and the Weasel instead of Conpetoing or something, because we might have been in trouble there if the bigger units had stronger abilities. But we get the draw, and we face Wisp here with the Hooded Seal Gelada team. This is becoming more and more common. Using the Gelada and Flounder and recycling them over and over and getting loads of activations on the Hooded Seal. But thankfully, the fact that we had some actual in-battle abilities made a big difference. We do finally get the upgrade on the Isopod. And then turn 18, we face, your everyday SAP team on turn 18 and just get absolutely demolished. We'll have a look at another run here, which is very similar. I think I got this going much sooner. Yeah, it's turn 13. We've got the full combo. We get double Warthog, which is perfect for the combo as Sam drew it up. The Doggo's actually going to knock out a Behemoth here, and we claim the dub against that triple Behemoth team. And then look at this, turn 14 on 7 trophies. My opponent is Isopod Enjoyer, and there's no Isopod to be seen on their team. So which one of us is the real Isopod Enjoyer here? I guess maybe them, because it allowed them to win. Of course it's asynchronous, so they never really faced my team, but yeah, I thought that was kind of amusing that I happened to face someone whose name had Isopod in it. There's not too many people that play that unit at all. Alright, now that I hope I've satisfied Sam's curiosity in seeing that team, we're going to move on to another one which I had already recorded, and this is a similar idea where we want to use the Isopod to refill our health. And what we're going to do is use the Kraken to reduce the health on both teams and then refill with Isopod. So this is something that I think I've tried a few different variants of this. I've also tried it with Surgeonfish instead of Isopod, but it's significantly worse, obviously. Even though I guess they're, two sides of the same coin. Here's Troubadour playing Owl. It seems like he's moved on from playing Hatching Chick every game to playing Hatching Chick or Owl every game. So I guess that's personal growth of some description. So the double Cyclops here is going to help us get to level 3 Kraken very quickly. And of course we also need level 3 Anubis because Isopod is tier 5, so we won't get an activation from it unless Anubis is maxed out. We play a 4 squad in order to get an extra bus, and it looks like we're going to just win against opposing Anubis. So here we go, we're going to get everything set up here, I think. Okay, I go for the Kraken level 3 first. Don't find what I want. Yeah, maybe we're just going to buy, sell, and then take the chili. This is extremely greedy here, you know. It's turn 9, 1 heart, and we're playing a 3 squad. So, yeah, probably not the smartest decision. But look at this, it's another tie. Very fortunate to get away with that there. But sometimes that's just what you have to do to get a recording. You just have to greed out of control until you get the exact perfect setup that you need. So here I actually buy, sell a platypus. It's pretty rare that I do that these days. Pretty rare that I remember to do that, I mean. Obviously I do buy, sell platypus, but when I don't have any other sell triggers, I often tend to just roll straight past it. Here's another one that looks like it's going to be a serious problem for us. But the Great One wipes both teams, and then the Doggo and the Bus combine to get the tie. I haven't been paying too close attention to the shop. I wasn't sure if we've actually seen an Isopod and I've somehow skipped over it. But there we go, we finally get it on turn 11. It is kind of unfortunate to get it this late. Because obviously you want it to start racking up the extra activations as soon as you buy it. Here we do get the Anubis trigger, but it only gives, what was it, plus 4 health or something, or plus 6 health to 1 unit. But we still eke out the draw. And there we go, now all the Isopods are showing up at the same time. I don't really remember exactly what the final team is here, but it looks like I'm just going to keep running a 4 squad for the meantime. And then we do get a Bonobo. We have a long way to go, so we might as well go for the level 3 Isopod as well. And a lot of these opposing teams are going to be similarly weird because it's turn 12, 3 trophies, 1 heart. And finally we get another win on the board. So only 6 more to go. Yeah, time for the deer to go. And then I think I'm going to take the Winter Spirit and possibly the Bonobo, or maybe we'll just forget about the Bonobo for now. Yeah, I think we are going to forget. Just get as much mana as possible, although I accidentally played the other Winter Spirit second. A lot of people are playing second position Eggplant now. There was a while where everyone had kind of given up on it, but I suppose there are so many pets now that require that, friend ahead ordering, and there are quite a few combos with Tiger as well. So it's become increasingly common to see it again. Alright, it looks like Phoenix is going to be the last pet to complete the team. It's kind of anti-synergistic with the fact that we've already got Chili, but hopefully we'll just end up giving the crisp to the opponent. We do luckily avoid it this time. And actually, I think a while ago Phoenix was fixed because it didn't used to cause a fling with the young Phoenix when Anubis activates it with a full team. So it wouldn't have worked with Jackal, but it does work now. So maybe that's something I'll have to try in a future video. I think it's not too long ago since I last put out another Anubis video. It's like the Swiss Army knife of pets. There are so many different teams you can make with it that are otherwise virtually impossible. And this is definitely one of them. I think we should be fine here. Yeah, the popcorn produces a behemoth, and so the young Phoenix is the sole survivor. So we've rapidly gone from being on only, 4 trophies, 3 trophies, to 7. I think we've just won every single game, and then now it's Phoenix versus Phoenix. But I think we're going to overwrite the mushroom on the eagle at the back, which is super important. And then the Isopod is now giving, is that 15 health to everything? Yeah, and clearly we would have lost a lot of units there to the small one. if we hadn't had that massive injection of health from the isopod. And now it's just time to buy whatever food's available. I guess you could also replace the cherry on the Anubis at this point because we're almost getting up to having 50 health. Everything almost gets wiped here apart from the Anubis to the classic tiger, leopard, monkey. But hold on a second, we get Orca from the popcorn and the Kappa summons to win. So now we just need one more. Level 3 Winter Spirit would be nice. I don't think Phoenix is really necessary. And actually we do get a level 3, but for some reason I just rolled past it. I'm not sure what exactly was happening there. Maybe I was just too eager to get this game finished. Yogru as the potential final opponent. Are we going to be able to win here? The board doesn't lose its equipment. Although the Mana Snipe does hit the lemon, so one of the hits is used up. I think maybe if that was a higher level Geometric Tortoise, we might have been in trouble. But as it stands, it's the 1 HP comeback with Anubis Giant Isopod. Maybe I should change my username to #1 Isopod Enjoyer.